Hi all, welcome to the channel, welcome to the workshop. As you can see on the workbench we have the Delorean again. So just spreading these ones out because I've only got two more issues after this one. But we're going to continue with issue 101 of Eagle Moss's Build the DeLorean. Okay, so this is what we've got this issue. We've got quite a few detail parts. These are all making up the wires and things that go along the rear end of the left side of the car. You can see we've got to bend some metal around the pole, put in some extra detailing wires going up to where all the time circuit area is. So there's lots and lots of little fiddly bits to do. So let's get on. So the first thing we need to do is just get this metal sleeving out. And we're going to get our silver bar here. Now this has got 3 holes, and basically just need to line those 3 holes up. We're going to be bending this metal around around this. Now I'm not going to be too worried about where the screw holes line up at the minute, because we can adjust that after the fact. But I'm just going to use the workbench, need a bit of pressure and just roll it. I think that's probably the easiest option to do this, to get a nice even roll, just like that. Now what we're after is ideally the holes in this, we want those to line up, as you can see, just like that. And also we want those to line up with the holes on this silver tube. So just like that. The camera will focus. Like that. And we're just going to use some MP screws to secure that in place. And they're the silver screws on this one. And they're very, very tiny screws, so I'm going to use my 00 bit, I think. Yep, that's a good fit. So again, just overlapping the 2 holes in the metalwork and just lining up the plastic in the middle. Just going to put that one in loose. And then we'll line up this end one as well. And finally one in the middle. Just tighten that one up as well. And we're looking just like that. Next we're going to be taking these little sleeves, and this will be what mounts it to the car itself, and we're going to be just sliding those on the ends. Trying not to bend the metal up on the end. So that's just like that. And you want to make sure that when you put it on, that these are both the same direction. And if you consider when you're going to be putting on the car, this one's going to go on the left. So I've put these screw holes so they're going to be hidden on the inside of the car, so when you see it from the outside it'll look just like that. And that's the next thing we need to do. We need to put this on the car, so I'll get the car. Right, so I've got the car up, and something we probably didn't want to do again at this stage is turn the car upside down again. So what we're going to be doing is we're just going to be fixing this under here into these two holes. We're going to be using the KM screws that were supplied for that, and as you can see the screw holes are going to be hidden quite nicely just on the inside there. So I'm just going to put them in here, and this is going into metal, so I have just dipped this into oil. Put that one in first. And then this one here. Just tighten those right down. Just like that. Now I get the fun of flipping the car back the other way, and we're going to be working on more of this left side. So I'm going to do that and probably change the camera angle. Okay, so next up we have this cable here, and we're going to be attaching it just along here in these holes. They've all got little pegs in them, so we're going to be placing it this way around and just lining up those pegs into the holes just like that. Now it does say to do this afterwards, but I'm going to actually put that in there in the end of this tube straight away, just in the end of here, because I'm sure if I do that later it'll just pull these out of the holes, so I'm going to do it that way around. So that goes in just like that. Next we're going to be getting the shorter bit of tubing, and then we're going to be attaching that to a hole in the bulkhead up here, and there's also a little pin you can see that will go into this one here. So just attach that there first. It might actually be easier to take this away from the bodywork to do that. Realign those. I'll just move the car around, and this is going to go underneath this blue plug cable. It's come apart already, and it's going to go and slot into this hole. Try to show you this hole on the bulkhead here. And this bit's falling out already. Right. So that is now in place. I don't know if you can see it on the second camera. And then next up, we're going to be getting these two parts, and then this has got a couple of little nipples on them, and then we're just going to push those together just like that, and then we're going to be screwing that to the bulkhead just here using a couple of screws just like that. Again, just dipping those into oil. One, now sat just in there. Make sure they're nice and tight. Right. Next we have this cable, this multicolored cable. We need to split out the ends, and we're going to be putting them into these holes on top here. Okay, so we've just got to put these cables in this block. What I've done, I've actually just loosened those screws off so that we can put those in fairly easily. Still going to use a pair of tweezers. And just going to try and line them up into the holes and push each individual one in. Now the colour scheme I'm going with is the one they show in the magazine. Right, so they are all in there. Now the magazine does show them poking ever so slightly out the bottom, so I'm just going to do that. So that's what I'm going to do, just like that. And then I'm just going to tighten this up. The next thing we want to do is we want to train them to come down and underneath this bar and then along the side of the vehicle. So I'm just going to poke that underneath there. Try and have the wires fairly neat coming out of that terminal block. It does show that it goes over the top of this silver cable here, and we're just following the contour of the black cable we put in earlier. We do have this black tie cable, and we just need to tie it in various places along the edge of the this black cable here, and I'll do that in a moment. I'm just going to try and get this to train a little bit of where I want it to go. It's going to be about there. And then what we're going to do is just going to pass that through there, and we're going to just twist it around. Just like that. And then I'm just going to clip it off. And try and push the tie just around the back, so it's not as visible. And basically just want to do that along the car at various points. Okay, so I've put a couple in along here. We want to do one final one just down here, just like that. And then what we want to do is, with the excess cable, we want to cut it off So we've only got a short section to tuck in, just like that. And then this cable will tuck into the end of this tube. Just like that. The very last thing we're going to be doing for this is we're going to do the exact same thing for this side, so we're just going to cut that off, matching roughly where the black cable is, and again both of those are just going to go into the end of this tube. Just like that. And that is the end of that issue. So that is now issue 101 done. Just remove the car a little bit. You can see how the detailing is coming along nicely. So we've now got the entire rope coming along here, all the wires, and the next two issues that I've got coming, we'll do the exact same thing on the other side. Thank you very much for watching. I do hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, please remember to give it a thumbs up. If you haven't done so already, please remember to hit that subscribe button and ding that bell for future notifications of when more videos go up. I've got a couple more videos to do for Delorean that will hopefully come up in the next couple of weeks or so. Just try and spread them out while I don't know what's happening with Eagle Moss and anyone else potentially taking them over. There are rumours that IXO models may be acquiring the Eagle Moss Partworks, so watch the space on that one. If you're interested in any of the bits that I use, people have asked about my precision screwdriver set. I'll put a link in the description below for that, as well as the parts you can get from Partwork Upgrades. So they've got the blueprint here for the Delorean and the Partwork Upgrades mat that's available in several different colours. So yeah, check out the description below, and I'll see you around.